Hi, my name is Gwen, and this is Yoga with Healthy Columbus. This class is appropriate for all levels, and it's yoga for stress and relaxation, focusing on the hamstrings. If you have them available, 2 blocks are going to be very helpful, and a strap. Lift up really nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths. Get long through the spine. Notice your neck. You want to lift the head and let the shoulders drop away from the ears for a moment. And let's take a couple real deep breaths. You want to land on the mat so that you're sort of letting go of your day. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, release. Kind of let go of your busyness of the day. And again, another big deep breath, using the breath as your tool to relax and to de-stress. Exhale, and one more big deep breath, and exhale. So we're going to use that deep breath throughout the whole practice. Lifting tall, let's lower your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your right hand, bring it to rest above the left ear, and then reach the left hand to the mat. Now let the right arm go limp. Let the head get heavy. Work the breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, big breath, and exhale. Let's do 3 more on your own. And then release, come back up, and lower to the left. Left hand above the right ear. Now you may notice you're not symmetrical. One side often will be tighter than the other. It's just the way we're made, so just bear with it. Inhale and see if you can let go with each exhale. And again. And one more. Again. And last one. And release. And then bring your hands behind your back. You're going to lace your fingers together. Roll the shoulders back. Straighten the arms and sink your knuckles downward towards the mat. Open through the collarbones. Breathe deeply. And then turn, looking over your left shoulder. Come back to center and turn, looking over your right. And then come back to center. Now let your head drop. Feel that stretch through the back of the neck and down through between the shoulder blades. Slowly turn your head side to side as if you're saying no. A couple more turns. And release. Inhale, extend your right arm up. Get real long here. You're going to lean into the left. Come down to your right hand. And if you can come all the way to your elbow, come on down. If not, just walk the hand out as far as it'll go. So you're either here or here, and reaching through the right arm, breathing in, breathing out. Try to keep the arm by your ear. Don't let it drop in front of your face. And keep working with that breath. Inhaling, expanding through those right ribs. Exhaling, letting go. Breathing deep. And inhale and come back up. Extend through your left, get long, and then walk the hand out, however far you want to go, and reach. Lengthen through the left side. and then come back up. Take a breath. Take your left arm, bring it across your chest, hug it in, pulling it in, feeling that stretch through the top of the shoulder, or the top of the upper arm. And then bring the hand down to your right knee. You're going to slide your right hand behind your hip, lengthen through the back, twist, looking over your right shoulder as far as you can. And then unwind and bring the right arm over, hug it in. Again, feel that big stretch through the top of the shoulder. And then lower and twist, get tall, look over your shoulder. And come back to center. Sweep both arms up. Lace your fingers together and then flip the palms so they're pressing upward towards the ceiling. And you're getting a little longer side by side. And let's bow forward, bending from the hips. Hands come forward and walk them out a little wider than your shoulders. And let's sway side to side. And then walk your hands back in. Very good. Big deep breath. So we're going to lie back on your back and take your strap and set it aside so that you have it in a few moments. You're going to start with bringing your knees into your chest. You hug them in and then rock a little bit, side to side. And then lower the feet. Now, let's take our strap, and if you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a towel or a necktie, whatever you might have handy. Bring it across the sole of your right foot. Reach up with your right hand. I like to kind of just wrap it around my right hand. And not too tight though on the hand, and hold on to the strap. Extend your left leg straight out on the mat. Now pull that right leg toward you, however far you can. If you're way out here, that's absolutely fine. Wherever your resistance is, that's fine. So just pull, bringing your foot towards the body, stopping wherever your stopping point is, pulling toward you and breathing deeply. You're going to feel a lot of stretch through the hamstrings, through the calf muscles here, all the way into the thighs, all the way into the glutes. Pulling toward you, and then just breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. It always helps to bend the right elbow also, and try to keep the shoulder back. Keep working with that deep breath. As you exhale, you may find you soften the muscles a little bit more, or they may not move at all. But just play with the stretch as best you can. Pulling in, one more big deep breath. Okay, from here, make sure your left hand's resting on top of your left thigh. Press that left thigh down into the mat, and then lower the right leg to the right side. Now, some of you, your foot may reach all the way to the floor. Some of us who have really tight hips, it might not go all the way to the floor. That's okay. Just, again, find wherever your stopping point is while keeping that left hip down on the mat. Breathing in and out, in and out. 2 more deep breaths. And then come back up to center. Remove the strap. Reach up with your hands and hold on to the back of the knee or the thigh. So you're either here or here, whatever you can reach. I want you to pull that leg close in again and bend the knee. Flex your right foot, so pull the knee as close into your ribs and your chest as you can. Exhale, and then as you inhale, straighten the leg as best you can, keeping it as close to your chest as you can. And exhale, inhale, straighten, and exhale. Inhale, straighten, and exhale. And again, inhale, straighten, and exhale. One more, and exhale, and release. Lower the leg, shake it out a little bit. Bring the left knee in, hug it in. Take your strap. You're going to wrap it around the sole of your left foot, and then wrap the straps around the left hand. Get you a good grip here. Your right hand is on your right thigh, pressing down. Pull that left leg toward you as far as you can. Keep working the breath. Bend that left elbow. Try to sink your left shoulder into the mat. Inhale and exhale. Big, big breath. With each exhale, see if you can soften these muscles a little more. Maybe get a little deeper stretch. Sometimes you're at your resistance though, and that's as far as you're going to go. That's okay. A couple more deep breaths. Now let's lower to the left side. Again, go as far as you can. Find that point of resistance, and then let's just hang out there, keeping this right hip planted on the mat. Keep working the breath. Nice deep stretch through the inner thighs, feeling those muscles in the legs really fire up a bit. And come back up to center. Now let go of your strap. Make a stirrup with your hands. Hold on to the back of the knee or the calf, pulling the leg close in. Bend the knee. Flex your foot. And let's inhale. Press that foot up straight, holding the thigh close to your chest. And exhale and bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale and bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale and down. And up and down. And up and down. And one more. Up and down. And release. Extend the legs out, shake them out a little bit. Bring both knees to your chest. Rock a little bit side to side. And then hands come down slightly under your hips. Palms on the mat. Extend the legs up. If your back is a little tender or a little cranky today, do this one leg at a time. Otherwise, do it with both legs. Flex the feet. And we're lowering almost to the mat, not touching. And then point your toes and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. Flex and lower. Point and lift. And lower. Point and lift. And down. And lift. And down. And lift. We'll do 5 more, counting back. So that's 5, up, 4, up, 3, up, 2, up, and 1, and up. And bring your knees to your chest again. Using your right hand, bring it to the left knee, and let's pull both knees to the right. and extend your left arm out from the shoulder, looking to the left, sinking into the mat. And again, 5 deep breaths. Continue 2 more deep breaths. And then come back up to center and left hand to the right knee and draw both knees to the left, extend through the right, looking over your right shoulder. Letting that shoulder and shoulder blades sink towards the mat. Breathe in deeply. Two more. And come back to center. Cross your ankles, let's rock forward. And come on to all fours in tabletop. Inhale, arch your back, look up, coming into cow. Exhale, round the back, look at your knees. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch your back, and exhale, round. One more. Inhale, and exhale. And come back to tabletop. Let's extend the right leg straight out behind and extend the left arm forward. 5 deep breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. Same thing, other side. Find that extension, that length from fingertips to heel. Breathing deeply. Two more. And release. Shift your hips side to side. And then walk your knees back and come onto your belly. Coming down onto your forearms. So we stack our elbows, or we stack our shoulders above our elbows, and bring your arms parallel. Send the chest forward and pull the shoulders back, coming into Sphinx pose. Bring your feet about as wide as the mat, tops of the feet are down. See if you can lift your kneecaps and send the heart forward. Breathing deeply, holding the pose. Feeling that lower back begin to heat up a bit. And then gently lower your head, let it hang. Feel the weight of the head. Relax the knees. Take a few breaths here, just letting the weight of the head forward. Let the shoulder blades collapse inward. And then on your next breath, inhale, lift the head. Lift up, lifting the head out of the shoulders. The neck is long, heart forward, palms down. And let's inhale and lift through the elbows. Lift through the kneecaps again. One more big breath. And then release, letting your elbows wing out. You're making a pillow with your hands. Turn your head to the side. Relax the neck. Let the head and neck and shoulders soften. Lift the head and turn to the other side. And then lift and bring your hands back under your shoulders. Hug your elbows into your ribs. And inhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And lift the hands and lift the feet. This is baby cobra. Squeezing those elbows in, breathing deeply. And release. Big deep breath. Inhale, bring your arms back and bend your knees. Wave your legs side to side like windshield wipers. And then come back to center. So we're lifting through reaching back through the arms, lifting through the chest, and seeing if your knees will lift any, if at all, maybe an inch or so. Inhale and lift and reach back. This is called skydiver. Working that breath, breathing deep. And release. Take a deep breath and then reach back and grab your ankles if you can. Now if you prefer to do skydiver, that's fine. So you can either do skydiver or find your ankles and come into bow pose, yogi's choice. Inhale and lift, roll back, lifting as high as you can, working through the breath. And release. Bringing the hands back under the shoulders and lift into tabletop again. From tabletop, the knees go wide. So we're going to sink our bum back to your heels, coming into child's pose, letting the head relax. And then inhale, come back into tabletop, tuck your toes in, and let's lift into downward dog. So downward dog is a big stretch for the hamstrings, and you want to look at your feet, make sure they're about as wide as your hips, sinking your heels back, and if you want to walk your feet in a few inches, that's fine. That may give you a little more stretch through the back of the legs. Sink the heels back and lift through the sit bones, the base of the pelvis. So you send the sit bones up, draw your weight back into your legs, away from your wrists. Let the head and neck relax. Working the breath. Now let's come up to the balls of your feet. Bend the right knee a lot and sink the left heel downward towards the mat. Take a few breaths here. And then come back up, sink the right heel down, bend the left knee a lot. then come back up to the balls of both feet, and then sink back down again. Now inhale, let's sweep your right leg up. Get nice and high, and bring the right foot forward between your hands. Coming into a low lunge. Look ahead. Breathe deep. Really sink through the hips. Squeeze your inner thighs towards the midline. And lift the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lifting through the back of your left thigh. So you want to lift up, sinking the hips, but lift through the thigh. Breathe in. Breathe out. In and out. And again. And again. And then lower that left knee. And let's walk your right foot over to the edge. Bring your right hand to the center and take your block and place it in the middle. Now you can have this block any height you like. You can have it at the highest level, second level, lowest, whatever feels good. And come down on your forearms. Bring your forearm to the block. And this can be your pose. You're squeezing that right knee in towards your shoulder. You can be right here, or if you want to add a little juice to this, you can tuck the left foot in and lift the left knee. Keep working with that breath. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And then sink the knee down. Bring your hands down. And let's slide back. Set your block aside. Walk your foot back towards the center of the mat, or sort of to the right off center. And straighten the right leg. Come forward, flexing the foot. Check in with your left hip. You want your left hip to be above the left knee. And take a big deep breath here. Exhale and bow into the right leg. Keep working that deep breath. And inhale and lift. And let's bend the knee and lift tall here. Take a breath. Link your thumbs together, and if you feel a little bit wobbly, feel free to walk your foot over a couple inches. You link your thumbs together, reach up, and then arch back. Sending the heart forward, shoulders back, a modified crescent. And then release. Now let's turn. Bring your right hand to your hip, left hand to the knee. Roll the shoulders back. Look as far over your right shoulder. Work the breath. And then release. Now bring your hands back to the mat, tuck the back foot in, and step back into downward dog. Pedal your feet. Again, wiggle the hips a little bit. Big deep breath. Lift the left leg up. And then bring that left knee forward, left foot forward. Come into your low lunge. Again, sink through the hips. Try to lift through the right thigh. Bend the left knee, send your heart forward. Lift through the thigh. And then lower your right knee. Walk that left foot over to the left edge of the mat. Take your block. Bring it to center, any height you would like. And come down onto the forearms. Hug your left knee to your left shoulder. If you want, you can lift the right knee and come into lizard pose. Take a few more deep breaths here. And then lower the knee and set your block aside. Now bring the foot back towards the just left of the center and walk your foot forward. Flex it, straightening the leg. Stack your right hip over the right knee. Exhale, bow forward into the left leg. Inhale, lift up, and bend the knee. Lift your torso, and link your thumbs together. Reach up, get really long again, and another little back bend here. Heart forward, shoulders back. And then release, so let's turn. Right hand to left knee, left hand to your hip. Look over your left shoulder. And unwind. Bring the hands back to the mat. Tuck your back foot in, step into downward dog. Pedal, wiggle, take a breath. Inhale and step to the front of the mat. Walk your feet out about as wide as the mat. Bend your knees and clasp your hands to the opposite elbow. Gently sway side to side. Come back to center and release. Lift up halfway. Walk your feet back in, heel toe, heel toe. Inhale and gently roll back up. Take a breath. And let's reach up, clasping your right wrist and reaching way up. You're going to lean into your left side. So you're leaning towards your left, lengthening those ribs, working through the breath. And then come back up. Switch sides, get really long, lean into your right. And come back up. And let's roll the shoulders back and shake it out. Coming into a wide stance facing the right side of your mat. So you want to face the long edge. Your feet are about 3.5 to 4 feet apart and they're parallel. The distance really it's determined by the length of your legs, so don't get hung up on that. You just want to be in a wide stance for you. So you're bending at the hip crease. You're going to let your hips sink back and bring your heart forward. Let the arms come down. Now if the hands reach the mat, fine. If they don't reach the mat, use your block. Place it between your feet and place your hands on the block. Let the head hang and bend the knees a little bit. Let's just be really soft through the knees. Let the head relax, the neck relax. The upper body is heavy. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale and lift up halfway. Now walk your hands over to the right ankle or foot, holding on. Center with the right leg. Bow into it. Take a big deep breath. And then extend your right arm up. Release. Come back to center. Walk over to the left. Bow into the left leg. Aim your heart to the left leg and extend the left arm up. And release. Come back to center. Hands to your hip bones and gently roll up. Then bring your hands behind your back. Place your fingers together. If for some reason you're having a hard time here, if your shoulders are really tight, you can always use your strap. And you just take the strap and hold it about hip width apart. Make sure it stays taut. Reach back. Open through the collarbones, big stretch here, and bow forward. Bring the arms up and over. Let gravity do the work. Let your head hang and relax. And inhale and gently roll up. Set your strap aside if you're using one. And let's turn the right foot towards the back of your mat. Now you're shortening your stance. So you're going to bring your left foot in a little bit and turn so that both hips face the back of your mat. We're bowing forward, and you're bowing forward over your right leg. So you want to have your hips lined up. You're really pulling through the right hip. Bow forward and bring the hands down to the mat if you can reach. If not, you can hold on to your leg. You're aiming your heart towards the leg. You're breathing deep, letting the head relax. Really pull back through the right hip. Send the left hip forward. And breathe deep. This is called pyramid pose. And it's a big stretch for the hamstrings, especially through the right leg. Working with the breath. Then inhale. Lift up halfway, and then the rest of the way. Now spin your feet around. So your left foot is pointing to the front of the mat. Right foot turns in at a 45-degree angle. Turn your hips, both hips forward. Really draw the left hip back. Send your heart forward, and you can either hold on to the leg, relax your head, come down however far you can. Find your point of resistance. Then inhale, roll up. And let's step back, to the front of the mat. Walk it out a little bit. So inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Lift up halfway, and then bow forward again. Take your peace sign fingers, wrap them around your big toe. If you need to bend your knees a lot to do that, that's fine. So bend your knees however much, holding on to the big toe. Lift up halfway, and then as you exhale, bend your elbows and pull your torso towards your legs. Knees can be bent a lot or not much at all, whatever feels good to you. Pull your torso, though, towards the legs. Let the head and neck relax. Elbows wing out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And then lift up halfway. Bend your knees. Come on down to a seated pose. So we're going to extend the legs out straight in front, lifting nice and tall here. And we're going into a forward fold. Now again, if you cannot reach your feet, you can use your strap. You can wrap the strap around the soles of your feet. And then lift up tall. When you want to get as good a grip as you can and get as close to your feet as you can with the spine nice and long here. And I like, again, to wrap the strap around my hands. Lifting tall, we're going to bend at the elbows. And bending forward, bend the elbows, aim the heart, drop the head. Work your breath, inhale and exhale. And then inhale and roll up. So we're lying back now. Bend your knees and feet are flat. Take a moment and just let the back kind of flatten out on the mat. Just let it relax. Let it bend. Not bend, let it just sink into the mat. And let's bring your right knee to your chest. Extend the left leg out. Extend the right leg up. Hold on to either the back of the knee or the calf, your choice. So we have stretched the leg toward you, holding on to a strap. This time you're holding on to the leg. And I want you to pull in as close as you can. Again, bending the elbows. Point your toes. And when you point your toes, you're going to feel that pull through the shin bones. And then flex your heel, and then you begin to feel it through the calf and the thigh. And point and flex, point and flex, and one more, point and flex. Now make circles with the foot. Work through the ankle and reverse. Flex again, and this time lift your head and try to pull your head and your leg as close together as you can. You may touch, you may be experiencing a long distance relationship, that's fine, either way. Just come to your point of resistance. Breathe in, breathe out. And then release. And then bring the left knee in, hug it in, extend. Hold on to either back of the knee or calf. Pull the leg as close in as you can. Point and flex. Point and flex. And point and flex. Make circles, work through the ankle. And then reverse. And then flex again. Take a breath, big breath, and then as you exhale, draw your head towards your leg. And release. Shake the legs out. Take a breath here. And then bend your knees to your chest again. Drop the knees to the right, look left, big stretch through the spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Come back to center and go to the other side. Extend through the right arm. Big deep breath. And then come back to center. And let's lower the feet. All right, we're going to come into our Shavasana. And in Shavasana, it's just being still for a few minutes to sort of let everything marinate that you've already done. So extend the legs. If you're not comfortable with your legs straight, you can bend the knees and let them tilt in. If neither one of those feels good to your back, feel free to just turn to your side. So find a position that feels good to you. In fact, I like to bend my knees. And arms by your side and close your eyes. So as you're settling in here, you want to take a moment. Check in with the body. Notice the points of contact through the back of the head. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Feel the pressure of the shoulder blades in the mat. Feel the other points of contact through the back, through the hips, through the legs and feet, through the shoulders, the arms, and the legs. Let your breath go soft and easy. Let all the sounds that you hear carry you deeper and deeper. And let's go through 10 deep breaths, going at your own pace. Again, let your breath go soft and natural. And then begin to feel your fingers, feel your feet. And turn to your side and come on up to a seated pose. And thank you for joining me today.